30,000 years ago, hearing wolves at night meant one thing. Something was hunting you. You were small. You were slow. You had no claws, no fangs, no night vision. Somewhere beyond the firelight, wolves with powerful jaws and perfect night vision circled your camp. And yet, out of every animal humans ever encountered, the wolf became our closest companion. Today, dogs sleep in our homes, guide the blind, detect disease, and sit beside us like members of the family. But here's the strange part. Nobody invented dogs. No tribe set out to create a loyal companion. Dogs were not designed. They were an accident. And the most extraordinary possibility is that wolves may have started the entire process themselves. To understand how, you have to return to the Ice Age. Humans lived in small bands, constantly moving in search of food. Life was harsh. Hunts failed. Winters killed. A broken bone could mean death. But human camps had one weakness. They were messy. Even during starvation, scraps of meat, bones, skins, and leftovers accumulated around campsites. To wolves, human settlements looked like a source of free food. The bold wolves approached. The aggressive ones were killed. The fearful ones stayed hungry. But a few wolves possessed something different. They were calmer, less reactive, more willing to tolerate humans. Generation after generation, those wolves survived better, raised more pups, and slowly gained an advantage. Evolution began filtering wolves by personality long before humans realized what was happening. The strongest evidence came thousands of years later. In 1959, Soviet geneticist Dmitry Belyaev launched a famous experiment using silver foxes. He bred only the tamest animals generation after generation. He didn't train them. He didn't reward them. He simply selected the least aggressive foxes. Within a few decades, the foxes behaved like dogs. They wagged their tails, sought attention, and licked human hands. Then something unexpected happened. Their bodies changed too. Floppy ears appeared. Snouts shortened. Fur patterns changed. Tails curled. Scientists discovered that selecting for calmness automatically produced physical changes. This suggests the first proto-dogs may have begun looking different long before humans intentionally bred them. They were no longer fully wolf. But they weren't dogs yet either. As these calmer wolves stayed near human camps, both species benefited. Wolves became living alarm systems. They could smell predators, hear danger, and detect prey long before humans could. Bears, rival groups, and approaching animals were noticed first by the wolves. In return, wolves gained reliable access to food and protection. What began as an accidental relationship slowly became essential. Dogs became humanity's first domesticated animal, earlier than sheep, earlier than goats, earlier than cattle, even earlier than farming itself. When agriculture eventually appeared, dogs adapted again. Their digestive systems evolved to process starch-rich foods alongside humans. They didn't just change behavior. Their biology changed too. Over thousands of years, the bond deepened. When humans and dogs make eye contact, both release oxytocin, the same hormone involved in parent-child bonding. Dogs evolved facial muscles that wolves do not possess, allowing expressions humans instinctively interpret as emotional. The famous puppy dog eyes may have become common because humans repeatedly favored dogs that appeared expressive and vulnerable. We shaped their faces, and they shaped our emotions. Some anthropologists even believe dogs improved hunting success enough that groups with dogs outcompeted groups without them. The partnership may have helped humans spread across the planet. Yet domestication came with costs. Many modern breeds suffer from health problems created by human breeding. Even so, beneath every dog, traces of the wolf remain. The clearest evidence that dogs became more than tools comes from a burial discovered in Germany, dating back roughly 14,000 years. A man, a woman, and a dog were buried together. The dog had survived a serious illness during puppyhood, meaning humans cared for it for weeks or months despite scarce resources. In Ice Age conditions, that level of care was expensive. It served no practical purpose. It was compassion. For tens of thousands of years, humans and dogs reshaped one another biologically, emotionally, and socially. And it all began because a few wolves were slightly less afraid than the others. They approached a fire instead of running from it. They found scraps of food, and evolution quietly transformed fear into the longest friendship our species has ever known. Tonight, your dog may fall asleep somewhere near you. It won't know any of this, but now you do.